And here come our indents.
So the third and final winner of the first kickoff inaugural first Project Soapway challenge is soap dough goals, just across the board. Like, wow, so much skill with soap dough for sure. She needs to teach us all of the things, and also has some really sweet editing skills. And so I'm wondering why she's not making videos of her own. Seriously. But we will talk more about all of those things and tell you who won, even though it's in the title, the thumbnail. But we're going to talk more about it in just a minute. But before we do that, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And you are here for week 2 of, soap things of year 3. And the third and final, as I said, Project Soapway winner for the first ever challenge that we did. Now, in case you are just coming into, Soap and Clay for the very first time on this video, weird, but hi. A quick recap of what Project Soapway is and all of the things is thus. A, I never recap anything quickly. 2, every 2 weeks we will be doing a new challenge, releasing a new set of videos with a new challenge theme and 3 winners within said challenge. And I am announcing the challenge topic and theme through the Discord and the members only, tab on the YouTube thing, because that's what we're keeping it to right now, is just the members and the Discord Sudsers, because that's what I want to do. And it's my channel and it's my challenge and I make the rules. But really it's because it felt like it could be overwhelming, just randomly submitting this to 25,000 people and growing every day. Really. So that's how we're rolling with all of this. And for every challenge, everybody makes it, films it, takes a picture of it, submits it to my moderators, and I then choose with a jury blindly the winners. And that's what we do. Yes, I told you that I wouldn't be able to do a quick recap. Anyway, the first challenge was apples, and I gave no other requirements or parameters around that, just apples. Had to be soap, had to be cold processed soap, and it had to, fall in line with an apple theme, but it can fall in line with an apple theme in a number of ways. And that was the thing. And this final submission, winner, person, thing, is Huron Waters, a soap company out of Michigan, and they decided to use a whole lot of soap dough in their design, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Like, I looked at this landscape bar in the picture when we were, doing the whatever, and I'm like, oh god, that has to, yep, that's a winner for sure. And all of the other members of the jury pool also agreed. And so Huron Waters, first up, seriously, you did great with all of your soap dough. You should teach us your tricks. But 2, congratulations on doing the winning thing. For sure. All of these videos have been a lot of fun, actually, watching the different, angles and stuff that everybody films at, or the different backgrounds or whatever. But this one was actually really cool in that she did some editing of her own that I'm going to leave in a little bit, to kind of show you, because she basically just made herself a video. She talked over the entire thing, so explained the process and everything that she was doing. while she was, doing the thing. She sped up areas and like, great editing skills for sure. So everybody, after watching this and, my editing of an edit, it's all wild. Make sure to tell her what a great job she did and that she should make some YouTube videos or some TikToks or something. But anyway, let's get to the video so we can ooh and ah over an amazing landscape apple themed, soap from Huron Waters. Okay, so we are here today to ooh and ah over the third Apple Soap Challenge Project Soapway winner, thing that we're doing. And that is the company Huron Waters. And if I say Huron soap throughout any of this, if I've already done so, I super apologize. I really do. Here's the thing. All of this talent that is going into this, and I am not just talking about the talent of the actual soap making, but also the talent of the editing, because Kelsey gave me a video that had that cool little lake, ocean thing, the waves lapping. She's from Michigan, so it's probably a lake. I'm an idiot. Sorry. But did that and had all of this edited and sped up and all of the jazz. Like, she was talking over it, explaining the process throughout all of it. So, like, she has good editing skills as well as good skills. Anyway, point is, all of that would suggest that she's very much old hat at this. Like, she's been doing the professional business thing for a very long time, and she's been making all of the soaps for an incredibly long time. And actually, I feel like she's been a sudser for a pretty long time, but her business is Huron Waters, and it's next to impossible to find online because, ladies and gentlemen, she's brand new. She started this business. She got approved for her LLC back in February. Like, that's as early or as recent as it gets, really. And so she has been actually breaking her back to try to get everything ready for her very first craft show, right? Very first craft show, on top of getting all of the businessy things done. So finalizing the socials and the websites and all the things. And you would not know that by looking at her process and what she is doing with this soap dough for the apple theme. You also, as I said, would not know that by looking at the editing skills, because all this is like super sped up, right? I didn't do this. I didn't do any of this. Kelsey did, the owner of Huron Waters, not Huron Soap. She did all of this, and she did this great voiceover with all of it, like it's pro status. So she hit the ground running with all of this. She clearly has skill sets that a lot of us really do not have when it comes to marketing and doing the business stuff, because that stuff can come kind of hard. I mean, I said in last week's content for year 3 kickoff or whatever, that it's year 3 and I'm finally, buckling down to fix my audio. And then some sudsers have told me that my audio is not fixed. And so I have to go back to the drawing board for that. But thank you for telling me. But yeah, the point is, she's just doing this. It's almost like it's coming naturally. And I love everything about this. The way that she is showing the detail and what she is ultimately creating, which I have no idea. Obviously I know we got some worms here, so that's cool. But what's going on with like the red and the yellow and all of that? Like, she's essentially creating the inside of an apple. But now what is she doing? It's a lot. But even the camera angle for all of it, as well as this beautiful blue background, which is making all of the reds and the greens and the yellows super pop, like in gorgeous ways, is just stunning. Just across the board, suggests that I am a professional, social media filming video person thing. And I don't think she is. I actually think that, if memory serves, she's educated in music. I'm pretty sure. Kelsey, let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I remember. And look, that's art. I mean, music is obviously a form of art, but she's incredibly artistic and talented. Look at that. Whatever she's educated in, I don't believe it's this. She's just really good at it. And the soap making, as long as she's been soap or actually making soap, not real sure about either, but I feel like it's been a while, much longer than what her business has been, how long she's been in business. And you can totally tell with everything that she does within this video. And the attention to detail with all the soap dough absolutely tells me that she's played with, molding clay a lot. She's an artist. It's gorgeous. And when I first saw her landscape soap that this is ultimately becoming, like, that's not a spoiler. Obviously, she's going to be making a landscape soap here, right? I was completely just stunned. Like, that is beautiful. She also did all this, which I love. So she is using sky blue, alpine green, Savage Garden, all from Nurture Soap, and creating her, the soap batter that she's going to put all these embeds into. And she is using a whole lot of cocoa butter in this, which is freaking awesome. I am very much looking forward to the actual challenges that involve just recipe specific stuff to see how people create their recipes. But I also love that she's using, the heat transfer method in all of this, because nobody has time to wait for lye to cool down and to heat up oils. And so that's super fun. Yeah, so when I was reviewing this video, looking for places to, make my edits and my cuts or whatever, at this point, after I've already seen all of this amazing soap dough creation, like, it's making sense in her brain, this is going to go at this place in the soap and that is going to go here, I was completely captivated, right? Like, you've hooked me. I need to see how this all ends up coming together. And she's using Apple Harvest from Candle Science. Love to see it. I always forget that Candle Science is a thing until, I see other people using it, and then I remember how great their scents are, because they are awesome. But I love that she put all of this detail into, the front end and building, I assume those are apples, right? And she's got the brown to be the, yep. And then she made a, also because they're growing in green, so it's apples on the ground. Come on. This is amazing. Okay. She's incredible. And the, just the idea of she's doing a heat transfer instead of actually, waiting for your oils and your lye to be, blah, blah, blah temperature or whatever. She's like, no, I'm not messing with that. And that's smart, because she knew that she would be working with thicker layers. And in fact, she needs to be working with reasonably, thicker layers in all of this in order to create all of her, layers, really, in her landscape soap, and also allow the soap the thickness that it needs to actually hold up all of these embeds, because she's putting a lot of embeds in. This is one layer. It's just the apples. And now we're working on the tree trunk that will be in the sky. Okay, cool. Awesome, right? So that's where okay, yep. It's always so fascinating to me to watch a landscape soap being made. And so this is literally where I was at after she had already done all these embeds. So you're doing embeds and a landscape soap. And this is wild and shows just so much talent. And it's very incredible to think that Kelsey, that Huron Waters is a brand new business. Like, you're just out of the gate, you're just creating all of this awesomeness to deliver to your customers at your fair, which is actually coming up like next week, right? Your very first fair, her very first trade show is coming up for like Black Friday, for, holiday shopping or whatever. And that's amazing. Like, go you. I can't even. All of the stress and all the things that go into, all of that, as those of us who have done, trade shows and what know, it's a lot. And she did all of that on top of creating a very detailed, very gorgeous submission for the Apple Soap Challenge. And not only created it and like filmed it or whatever, which is hard enough, she also edited the video and talked about her whole process through this whole time. It's brilliant. Like, these people are the Sudsers. You guys just exist in the world with all of your massive talents. And it's another reason why this whole thing, I want to do the Project Soapway thing, because, as I said, I had a very difficult time finding all of her socials in order to link anything within all of this, because she's brand new. And that's what happens when you're a brand new company. It's hard for people to find you. So you have all this talent, I'm going to make sure as many people as possible find you, you know? And this is just, one of many examples. Like this week, kind of by happenstance, we got 3 winners in the Soap Challenge submission that are all reasonably new businesses. And some of them are not only reasonably new businesses, they are also reasonably new soap makers. And they are coming out of the gate with such a great, beautiful, refreshing take on, well, the soap making world, really. And also in cases like this, and, all of them to that. So also Kaylee's, also Fizzly Bath Treats, also Soaps on Stone, without fear. You're tackling very complicated designs and techniques right out of the gate. It's amazing. I am completely blown away by the talent of the Sudsers at all times. And this one, obviously, I'm completely blown away by the talents of Kelsey and Huron Waters. And I am just dying for her to pick up one of these bars from the beautiful, soap cutter by Bud. We all love Bud. Look at that. Look at that. That is a tree. That is a tree with apples that have fallen on the ground. You just sort of imagine Sir Isaac Newton having sat underneath that tree and the apple hit his head and gravity happened. Was that Isaac Newton? I don't remember. But she also did all of this. All of this cool edits. I mean, you guys, seriously, please go help her get better found in the worlds. Huron Waters, you did so good, Kelsey. I am so proud of you. This is amazing. I always appreciate so much people that are really into the soap dough creation and put that kind of time into it, like for sure. I always have big ideas that I'm going to, and then I don't. Like I start making the soap dough and I'm like, no, I'm going to 20% this. But she 100% did this. She went all in and massively talented with all of that. So cool watching it all come together and just completely wild across the board. I loved her blue background on it. It really brightened everything up, made everything very gorgeous within the actual like filming and whatnot. Completely stunning. Absolutely. And I also love that, she showed the colors during all. I loved it all. It was great. And it was a wonderful soap when it was all said and done, for sure. So I am leaving, her information and everything and her socials throughout the video, but also in the description box below. So definitely make sure to go show Huron Waters some love for sure and tell her what a great job she did in the comments. And that, again, she needs to make some videos because that was awesome. Admittedly, there are a lot of hard parts in figuring out how to film for whatever medium, be it YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or whatever. The sort of background and the camera angle are a few of those many hard parts. And another is editing the video. And so, yeah, she's got it. She's got it down. So, yes, that was fun. Like, this was a really, really fun week. It was so cool watching all of these, submission photos and everything come in. I honestly, when I first did this, I was, talking to Mr. Soap and Clay about it. And I'm like, what if nobody submits? Like, what if nobody cares? That would suck so hard. And he kind of laughed at me and he's like, why would nobody submit? And I'm glad that he had more confidence in, people liking me and this idea enough to do it than I did. Because I don't, it still just blows my mind every single day that you guys exist here. Like, it's like, why are you here? I'm so weird. But thank you for submitting. Point is, there were a crap ton of submissions, and there have been since for every challenge that I've announced. There's just tons. And so it's impossible to pick for sure. And these 3 I really liked, and so did the jury, and they were beautiful. And I feel like it's a really good representation, along with mine as well, of all of the different ways that you could tackle an apple theme. And so that's awesome. Thank you to everybody who submitted and participated. Big congratulations to all of the winners. I'm actually working on something right now that it's not fully fleshed out, but once it is fleshed out, I will be telling you guys all, but there will be some prizes involved in the winners and stuff. soon. And so we'll post date that for everybody who's won so far. Anyway, point is, I'm still awkward. And the Project Soapway kickoff was a massive success. And it was awesome. And I'm so glad that we get to do this. So thank you to all of the Sudsers for existing. Thank you in advance for all of the Sudsers for going over and showing Huron Waters some love, because I know you're going to. And just thank you all, generally, for being cool. Yes, I am out of here for today. That does wrap up week 2 and the first Project Soapway challenge. But I will be back tomorrow, or maybe the day after. We'll see. For another round of soapy fun. What am I doing for week 3? I don't know. I guess we'll all find out together. Bye.